Here's our example on the TI89. So the first thing you should do is go to your equation editor, which is y equals, so that's going to be green diamond F1, brings up your equation editor, and make sure it's clear of any other equations. Okay. The second thing I want you to do is make sure you're on a standard window. So if you go to zoom, zoom is F2, and choose your standard zoom, that's 6, then your window is green diamond F2, shows you that we have x from -10 to 10 and y from -10 to 10 as well. Okay. So we want to follow the directions for the TI89, where our goal is to get a statement that's going to look like this. Y1 equals 3x plus 26. With a vertical bar on the TI89, that means given that. Right? If x is between 3 and 10, then x is greater than or equal to 3, and x is less than or equal to 10. So we're going to follow these steps. Right? We're going back to our equation editor, green diamond F1. We're going to enter 3x plus 26, so 3. X is here, x plus 26. Now we want the vertical bar. The vertical bar is in this left column right below the equals. So again, that means given x. Now we want to do x, so x again, and greater than or equal to. To get greater than or equal to, we're going to go to math. Math is in blue above the 5. So we're going to press the blue second button, then 5. That brings up our math menu. Within that, we want the test menu, which is the 8th option. So we can scroll down and then press enter to select that, or we could have just typed 8. We now want greater than or equal to, and you can see that that is here the 3rd option is greater than or equal to. So we'll select that, and then we want to put in the 3. So we have x is greater than or equal to 3. Now we want and. To get and, we're going to go back to the math menu, second 5 for math, and then the test menu, which is the 8th option, and we want the word and, which is the 8th option in this menu. Now we want x is less than or equal to 10, so x, second 5 for math, the test option 8, and this time we want less than or equal to, which is 4, and then we want to put 10. Press enter, and we have typed that in. We're ready to go. On the TI89, we actually could have entered instead of this. We could have entered 3 less than or equal to x, and then that less than or equal to 10. So you're welcome to try that and see if it works. All right, now we're ready to graph. Graph is in green above F3, so we've got green diamond F3, and what we see is nothing. Let's talk about y. We're trying to graph the equation y equals 3x plus 26. That is a line with a y-intercept at 26 and a slope of 3. So from 26, we would go up 3 over 1, right, and we would have this upward slanted line. When we are graphing on a standard window, it goes from -10 to 10 in both directions, which means in the y direction, my window is only going up to 10, maybe it's there, right, and only below 10 left and right 10 of the origin. So we've got this box centered around the origin, which doesn't contain our line at all. We are trying to see our line from the place where x is 3, which might be like here, to the place where x is 10. So I'm just trying to see that little portion of the line, which means that I want a window that will contain that. So I'm looking for a window, right, that will contain that section. Right? Not at all the window that the standard windows covers. So let's think about this. We're going to go to window, so green diamond F2, And I want my minimum x to be at least as low as 3. I'm going to go a little bit lower. I'm going to choose 0. And then I want my maximum x to go at least as high as 10. I want to see that this line starts and stops, so I'm going to go higher than 10. I'm going to go to 15. My x scale being 1 just says that a mark is going to be placed every 1 unit from 0 up to 15. Having 15 marks on the horizontal axis should be fine. Now let's talk about our minimum y. If I plug 10 in for x, so I find y of 10, I get 3 times 10 plus 26. That is 56. So at 3, I'm sorry, if I plug in 10, I get 56. That means at 10, my line goes up as high as 56. That actually marks my upper bound. So I want to change my y-x to something higher than 56. I'll pick 60. Let's go back to the min. Because this line is going to reach its lowest point at the leftmost x we're using, that would be at 3. So I plug in 3 and I get 3 times 3, which is 9 plus 26, which is 35. So I'm going to go at least as low as 35. I'm going to go lower. I'm going to go to 30. Since I'm going from 30 to 60, I want my y scale to be bigger than 1, or I would have 30 marks on my vertical axis. I'm going to do a scale of 5. Now when I graph, I see a portion of my line. If I hit trace, right, and up here you can see that trace is accessed by pressing F3 when I'm in the graphing mode. Then at the bottom of the screen it tells me that this flashing cursor is at the point 7.594, 48.748. If I move my left arrow, I move to the left along my line, and you can see the coordinates of that point change. When we're in the trace mode, we can enter any number for x, and it will jump to the point that has that x coordinate. So if I press 3 and enter, the point will jump to the end of my line segment at 335. If from there I hit my left arrow, I'm trying to move to the left, I can see that the x coordinate changes, but there is no y coordinate because I have gone below my domain. Still in the trace mode, if I hit 10 and press enter, it will jump to the point 1056. I can enter any number in between 3 and 10, so if I hit 5.5, it will jump to the point 42.5. So I know that this line contains the point 5.5, 42.5. I hope that helps you in learning how to use your calculator.